Hello student, in previous video we have seen about a fluid vascular tissue. Then we discuss about the skeletal tissue in that bone and cartilage. Later on we discuss about the connective tissue. In that yellow fiber, white fiber means the ligament and tendon. Then after we have studied about the areolar tissue, adipose tissue, muscular tissue, and in that striated muscle, cardiac muscles, and non-striated muscle. Now in this video we will see about the nervous tissue. Here you can see this is the structure of nerve cell, and they are highly specialized tissue due to which all the animals are able to perceive and respond to the stimuli. Stimuli means the change which is occur in the atmosphere. To respond them, that is called the stimuli. So they are highly specialized tissue due to which the animals are able to perceive and respond to the stimuli. Now their functions, the main function of this functional unit of this vascular this nervous tissue, that is called the nerve cell. Their functional unit called as a nerve cell, or you can say the neuron, and the cell body is called the cytosol, which is covered by the plasma membrane. So here you can see they are highly specialized tissue due to which the animals are able to perceive and respond to the stimuli. And the main functional unit of this nerve tissue, it is a neuron. And this cell body is called a cytosol, which is covered by a plasma membrane. The cell body is called a cytosol, which is covered by plasma membrane. Now let's see the part of this neuron, or you can say the nerve cell. The first one, that is of dendron. Here you can see in this structure, this part is called the dendrites, or you can also say the dendrons. So this is the short hair like structure which is extends rising from the cytosol, that is called the dendrites. Here you can see in the figure, the dendrites is the hair-like structure which is arise from the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm means this is the cell, the nucleus, the space between the nucleus and the cell membrane. Between that portion is known as a cytoplasm, and this dendrites is arise from the cytoplasm, and it is a hair-like structure. It is very thin in structure. So the short hair-like extension rising from the cyton are dendrons, which are further subdivided into dendrites. Now let's see the axon part. The axon is a long tail-like cylindrical process with a fine branch at the end. Here you can see in the figure. So this is the fine tube-like structure that is called the axon, and which is arise from the cell body. The axon is a long tail like a cylindrical process with a fine branch at the end. This axon is covered by a sheath, and this axon of one neuron is very closely placed to the dendrons of the another neuron. Means that one neuron, one nerve cell's dendron, and another neuron's axon, they both are very close to each other. Where the one neuron's end is there, at where the another nerve cell starting is there. Suppose the axon is there, then the another neurons dendrites are there. So the axon of one neuron is very closely placed to the dendrons of the other neuron to carry the impulse from one neuron to another neuron, and this message is transferred through the electrochemical waves. And this close proximity is called the synapse. Means the gap between these two neurons, it is arranged very closely, but between them there is a gap is there, and this gap is known as a synapse. Let's see one more time. In previous video, we have seen about the connective tissue. In that, two tissue are there, yellow fibrous tissue and white fibrous tissue. Yellow fibrous tissue is known as a ligament, and the main function of ligament is to attach bond to bone, whereas in white fibrous connective tissue, the matrix containing abundant white fibers form a layer, and the main function of this white fibrous connective tissue, it connects the muscle to the bone. Now the next one, that is of areolar tissue. It is the most distributing connective tissue in the body, and this tissue is a filled space inside the organ and is found between the skin and muscle around the blood vessel and nerve and in the bone marrow. Now the next one, that is of adipose tissue, and these are oval and the round cell, and which is filled with the fat globules, and the cell are called the adipocyte, and which is mostly found the below the layer of the skin and around the heart, brain, and below the eyeball, and it acts as an insulator and prevent the loss of heat from the body. Now let's see about the muscular tissue. The muscular tissue, it is responsible for the movement of the body. The movements are brought about our body with the help of the muscular tissue. They are long fiber like cell, and it is called the muscle fiber, and they are capable to contraction and the relaxation, and due to that the movement is occur. Now the types of muscular tissue are straight muscles, cardiac muscle, fibers, and the non-straighted muscle. First of all, we see about the straighted muscle. So this is the structure of the straight muscle. They are also called the voluntary muscles. Voluntary muscles means we can control it according to our instruction, it can move. So they are also called as a voluntary muscles because these are under the control of one's will. The muscles fiber or cells are a multinucleate, and it is unbranched. Here you can see there is a many nucleus, so we can say that it is a multinucleate and unbranched one. Each fiber is enclosed by the thin membrane which is called the sarcolemma, and this cytoplasm is called as a sarcoplasm, and these muscles get tired and need rest. The next type of muscle, it's a cardiac muscle. Here you can see the cardiac muscles, it is a branch one, and the nucleus is also there. So they are comes under to involuntary muscles, means we cannot control it, it is not in our hand. So only found in the wall of heart. The structure is between the striated and non-striated muscles, and they are uninucleated. And branch one, and branches are united by the intercalated disc. And in this muscle, the rhythmic contraction and the relaxation occur through the life. The next one, that is of non-striated muscle. They are involuntary. This is also involuntary kind of muscles, and it is called as a smooth muscle. And these muscles fiber are uninucleated. Uninucleated means only the one nucleus, and it is a spindle shape. They are not enclosed by the membrane, and but many fibers it is joined with each other by the bundles. And such muscles are found in the wall of stomach, intestine, urinary bladder, bronchi, iris of the eyes, etc. And peristaltic movement means the rhythmic contraction and relaxation, that is called the peristaltic movement. And this peristaltic movement in alimentary canal, which is brought about by the smooth muscle. Here you can see the next type of tissue, that is of nerve tissue, and this is the structure of nerve cell, or you can say the neuron as well. In the nerve cell, this is called the cell body. In that the cell structure is there, in that nucleus is there, cytoplasm is there, and here you can see from the cytoplasm there is hair-like structure is arise. It is called the dendrites, and this cell body is then for later on converted into the thin sheet-like structure which is called the axon. This axon is further converted into the nerve ending, and this is called the terminal. Now let's see in the detail. They are a highly specialized tissue due to which the animals are able to perceive and respond to the stimuli, and their functional unit is called the nerve cell, or you can say the neuron. The nervous tissue's main functional unit is there is nerve cell, or you can say the neuron. The cell body is called the cyton, which is covered by the plasma membrane. Now the dendron, the short hair-like extension which is rising from the cytone, and this dendrons which is further divided into the dendrites, means it is a thread-like structure, hair-like structure. Now the axon, this axon is a long tail-like structure, and it is a cylindrical which possesses the fine branch at the end, that is called the terminal. The axon is covered by the sheath, and axon of one neuron is very closely to the another neuron, and between these two neuron there is one gap is there, a little gap is there, and this little gap is known as synapse. Here your chapter number 6 is completed. I hope you all are understand this chapter well, and in next video we will see the question answer of the exercise, and kindly write down the question answer and maintain your notebook, as I already keep all the things in study material exercise, then the notes as well. So kindly complete your notebook. We will check in the through the app as well. So kindly post in app as well if you are completed your homework then. Thank you.